What are you doing? Go away. Go away.
I'm going to be throwing this up, so let me just eat everything I possibly can.
Why do you want to shrink into nothing?
So how do you feel coming in here?
Overwhelmed?
Oh, God. Where did you take me, woman?
I can see your bones right there. That's not normal. I'm done. Now that I'm making the change, you're done? That's just gonna set me up for a binge and purge. Gaby. Gab, stop. My name is Gaby. I'm 23 years old. My sister, Rochelle, and I are identical twins. I live in a house with my sister's fiance, and my nephew. I binge and purge at least 10 times a day. Can I get a #1 with grilled onions? I purged in the grocery store, the drugstore. I purged in the bushes. If she's not binging and purging, she'll just lie on her bed in her room with the door closed. I mean, I'm scared for her, but I feel like there's nothing I can do anymore.
What are you doing? Go away. Go away.
And this is when I start to feel dizzy and my heart beats really fast and I get really cold.
Don't you think you should stop them?
Nothing stops me. It's like seeing someone you love slowly die. You can tell she's unhealthy. It's not like how I want it to be, but it's...
How do you want it to be?
I just want like this bulge to go away. I don't know why everyone else thinks I'm skinny because I'm not. And you can't even see my ribs. I think my sister is so addicted to binging and purging because maybe that's all she feels like she can control because so much has happened in her life. When we were younger, me and Gaby were like best friends. I always felt like I had to be more protective over Gaby because she's younger, even though we're only a minute apart. Growing up, there was constant fighting between my mom and my dad. It would scare me a lot. I saw my mom and dad fighting and throwing things at each other. My mom would constantly tell Gaby and I how much she hated our dad and how he was no good. My parents divorced when I was 7. Growing up, whenever like my sister got good grades, my mom would brag about how smart my sister is when there was really nothing to brag about me. When I turned 10, I started to go on diets and use laxatives. As I lost weight, my mom started to notice, and at first I got like really good compliments. But then everything just went out of control and people started to get worried, I guess. Junior year of high school, we found out our mom had lung cancer. She passed away within 4 months when I was 16. After our mom died, Gaby and I fought really violently. My sister would say that she wished I died a lot, and she would often hit me. During my senior year of high school, things got really bad between us, and my sister decided to move to France with my dad. The year without my sister gave me a chance to become my own person. I had my own friends. I had a boyfriend. I started to pursue education in nursing. During that year, I was almost eating disorder free. When my sister finally moved home, within a couple days, my eating disorder came right back. Your shirt doesn't even fit you. Look at your bones. I can see your bones right there. That's not normal. I had to move home with my sister. I had nowhere else to go. I'm 7 months pregnant and expecting a little girl. We already have a 2-year-old. Auntie, you gonna eat a cookie too?
Yeah.
The last thing we wanted was to have to take care of Gaby too. I don't want my kids to ever go through what Gaby is going through. I love Logan so much and he means so much to me, but I know my sister doesn't want him to see my behaviors because he's growing up so fast.
My son's a little over 2, and it's, you know, she's throwing up at 3 in the morning, is waking him up, and it's not a healthy environment to raise the child. We've taken it as long as possible. Gaby, if you do not finally get help, then that's it. You have to leave the house.
If my sister takes me in, I'll probably end up in a shelter. I don't have anywhere else to go.
Gaby? Hi, how are you today? I'm Dr. Dale Prokopek. It's nice to meet you. Right now, what we're going to do is determine whether or not there are any problems with your body associated with this eating disorder, okay? Take deep breaths. Did you know that the rhythm of your heart was a little bit irregular? Okay, so we're going to send you over to get your blood drawn. We're going to do an EKG, we're going to get a bone density, and it's going to take about a week to get all those blood tests back. And then I want you to come back here, and we're going to sit down and go through the results together. Sound like a plan?
I will eat out of the trash. If I see something that somebody's thrown away that I'm like, oh my God, I want that, I take it. It's disturbing what I do. My name is Jennifer. I'm 32 years old. I am an actor-comedian. I live in New York City with my best friend and comedy partner, Ilana. Everything with me is extremes. Black and white, binge, purge, starve. I could start off with a normal meal, and then at some point along the way, it kind of turns into me overeating, and then I realize I'm going to be throwing this up, so let me just eat everything I possibly can. I try to wake up every morning and say, okay, new day, I got it under control. And then it kind of starts again.
I couldn't stop the obsession.
When I binge, sometimes I just throw in the towel and it's everything I can get my hands on. I can never turn down free food or samples or anything. And so I'm like, sure. And then somebody else is like, here, want a breadstick? Sure. Well,
to keep Jen from going through the trash, I put it down the garbage disposal. That's disgusting!
then I desperately grab frantically at the food she's trying to throw away. It's like wet cake and I'm stuffing it in my mouth.
This isn't even funny. This isn't funny. I'm not laughing this time. I'm not laughing.
I use humor a lot to deal with this, to deflect emotions. But there's a very serious issue going on. I can't go through the day without every minute thinking of food, body, calories. You're fat, you're never gonna get skinny if you don't stop doing this or that. Feeling awful about what I ate, wanting things and not letting myself have them. It's just nonstop. I would just love to step in somebody's shoes that doesn't have these problems and see how they live for a day. Because I don't think I've had a day like that since I was a kid.
Jennifer has been a fighter because she has been through a lot of trying situations.
I was sexually molested at a Christian school by the janitor.
They took him to the county jail where the preacher had the man released in his recognizance, and the guy flew the coop. For a long time, Jennifer could not get over what had happened. That was a time of problems in my marriage as well.
My father has a pretty bad temper. And my brothers and I witnessed a lot of arguing and fighting, and I remember feeling very scared.
Jennifer became withdrawn. She was very angry.
I would always hit and punch people and punch my brothers, and I think my rage just got worse and worse. My mother and I had terrible arguments. I remember an incident with my mother. I came up behind her and grabbed her head and held a big knife to her throat. I don't know why. I couldn't bear that I was turning things outward, so I turned it toward myself. I remember my first bulimic episode was probably about when I was 10, when I ate an entire apple pie, and when I realized what I'd done, I threw it up. In high school, my bulimia was out of control. I would buy $200 worth of groceries, binge and purge, and want to stop, so I'd throw them all away. And the next day, I would dig through the dumpster outside, get the food again, eat it and throw it up. I couldn't stand being in my skin. I couldn't stand being alive a lot of the time. I overdosed on my mom's Prozac as a literal cry for help. I was admitted inpatient to a hospital, one of many, many. When I was 19, I auditioned and got accepted to the Juilliard School.
I was one proud mother, and I still am a proud mother.
Throughout my life, even now, the pain of my childhood and my disorders haunt me every day. It's just hindered me. I have a lot of friends and acquaintances who are very, very successful. And I should be, but every time I try to do something to move forward, it's just a piece of me that holds me back. This eating disorder is my life. It's just constant. I can't live like this anymore because it's not living.
Hey, Gabby. How are you?
I'm good. I brought my twin sister, Rochelle.
It's nice to meet you, Rochelle.
Nice to meet you, too.
Have a seat. So, what we're going to go through today is going to be pretty sobering. When you came into the office, we weighed you and we measured your height, and you're 76 pounds. People in African refugee camps weigh more than you do. You're literally starving yourself to death. You have a very severe case of iron deficiency anemia. And because of that, you have no energy, first of all. And God forbid you should go into an airplane. In fact, at this point, I would recommend that you not fly because you don't have enough oxygen in your blood to compensate for the lack of oxygen in 30,000 feet. It'd be too dangerous. We also discovered the density of your bones is basically like that of a 70-year-old woman. Now, the other thing that I want to talk to you about are the consequences of your binging. All the acid that's in your stomach, it's violently coming up into your esophagus, into your mouth, and through your teeth. You know, it's hydrochloric acid. It can burn holes in metal, and it's meant to digest our food. That's why it's so potent. But in your case, it's burning holes in your esophagus. It's eroding all the enamel on your teeth. So you have a whole host of other medical problems that are going to make treating your bulimia even more difficult. But I think now is the time to begin to treat this, because if you don't do it now, you're going to die.
I'm just a little mad that she let it get to this point. And I'm scared of losing her just because of a stupid eating disorder. It's not fair. But I promise you, I'm not going anywhere.
And why do you always roll your eyes when I say that?
Because I don't know what to tell you anymore, Gab. Yeah, okay, I'll walk out. I'm done, Gab. I'm just gonna leave. I don't need to do this. I don't need to be wasting my time for nothing.
I didn't say you were wasting your time.
Yeah, you are. You're leaving. I'm trying to tell you how I feel, and you just walk out. Okay, then I just won't say anything the rest of it.
No, because that's just gonna set me up for a binge and purge.
Yeah, because it's always my fault. I'm done.
Do not say you're done. Now that I'm making the change, you're done?
Well, I just feel like you put a lot of pressure on me, Gab.
Why? Tell me.
I can't ever tell you how I really feel. Or anything because you say it's gonna set you up for a binge and purge. Then how am I supposed to ever tell you how I really feel?
You basically are giving up on me while I'm actually
I'm not giving up on you.
Well, that's what it sounded like to me. And I don't want you to be mad at me. I want you to realize I'm finally trying. And I'm finally doing it.
Maybe you need to realize that I'm not mad at you. I'm just scared.
Well, I'm not a psychic or anything.
Okay, well then bye.
See, you can't just walk out on me.
Well, I just did.
Today is my first day of therapy. I don't know what to expect. Open mind, we'll see.
My name's Dr. Camilla Mager. I am a licensed clinical psychologist, and my specialty is eating disorders. Usually I start with asking you to tell me a little bit about why you've come to therapy.
I restrict all day, but then I also can't say no to things. Like I'll overeat and then I'll be like, oh, now I'm so full, I'm in so much pain. Let me just take the edge off, I'll throw some of it up. And then I'm like, well, since I'm already doing this, I might as well get it all out because that's better.
Right, of course.
Obviously.
What do you want to get out of this? What are you hoping?
I guess I would like to be able to feed myself and feel okay with it. I want to be able to follow through on resisting urges, I guess, and managing the emotions that go with those urges.
Part of what you're going to work on that I definitely think is going to be very important for you is the work with a nutritionist, because you're just not eating properly at all. What about relationships that have been impacted by your eating disorder, like, say, I don't know, your mom?
I don't tell her a lot because I don't want to worry her any more than I already have in my life. I held a knife to my mom's throat once. I ran into the kitchen. She was sitting in a chair and I grabbed her head and put this knife.
How old were you?
Maybe 12. I'll qualify that by saying I love my mom more than anything in the world. And so it I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway.
You got to push it away. You can't just be upset.
Well, yeah, but I don't know what I'm upset about, so.
You always have to know.
I think so. I analyze so much.
Jennifer doesn't really know how to cope with the intensity of her emotion. She's described using food to help her tolerate her very intense feelings. And part of the question is, can she find healthier ways of coping?
That's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Absolutely, it's gonna be hard.
How's therapy?
What'd you talk about? It was therapy. She's calling me on my She's calling me on my
Like
stuff.
what?
And that I'm pushing down my feelings, that I don't want to, it's like, oh, what's wrong with feeling?
Do you feel like she's helping you? Jen.
You're behind me, but I have nowhere to go. I'm not speed walking. I put my hands like this when I speed walk.
Do you feel like she's helping you? Do you feel like she's gonna help you?
Yeah, I just have to listen to her. I'm not blind. You are helping me when I don't need help.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Ooh, Thai iced tea. I want Thai tamarind juice. Oh,
So get one.
that's like 300 calories.
Jen, can we have a meal where we please don't talk about calories?
My feelings about my first therapy session, I'm scared and nervous and anxious.
I am Dr. Jordana Mansbacher. I am a licensed psychotherapist and I have a specialty in treating eating disorders. Can you tell me what's wrong in your life?
Everything.
Can you list some of the things?
I'm still dealing with the loss of my mom because she passed away.
Is that when the eating disorder began?
It's when it got worse.
Okay, that makes sense. What else?
I have to deal with my twin sister.
What's so difficult about it?
I don't know, I think she's jealous.
Of?
That I found something that makes me happy, or that comforts me.
I can't imagine messing up your insides comforts you. It does.
Yeah.
Did either one of you get more attention than the other?
I always felt like my sister got more attention than me because she was smarter.
You were sort of the pushed aside twin?
Yeah.
Okay. How often are you binging and purging?
At least 5 times a day.
Is it sometimes more than that?
Yes.
And do you know what you weigh right now?
76.
Is there a certain weight or size that you desire to be?
I at least want to lose 10 or 15 more pounds.
Why do you want to shrink into nothing?
Because it makes me feel better.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to be very blunt about it. I could make a case that you are a danger to your own self, and I could have you hospitalized right now in a psychiatric ward. I don't want to, but weighing what you weigh and binging and purging as often as you are, you're a danger to yourself. Eating disorders are one of the most difficult things to treat and to get through. Do you think you will commit to some goals of decreasing the binging and purging, increasing some weight?
Try.
Okay, well, we're gonna set very, very small goals, baby steps. Does that sound like something you can do?
Hope it's something we can do.
We'll work on that together. Okay?
This week I met with the nutritionist.
How are you? You ready to get started?
Yeah.
My name is Carrie Glassman. I'm a registered dietitian, and I've been treating people with eating disorders for over 10 years. So how do you feel coming in here?
Overwhelmed.
Where did you take me, woman? This is how they get you.
I can't let myself see oh God.
What I'd like to do is build on the foods that you feel safe eating and add in a little bit more nutrition to reduce the cravings later on, which obviously sometimes leads to the binging and purging. Because we could start with breakfast. What I'd like to do is take a look at some of the yogurts and just go through with you exactly, how you would make that choice.
This looks, maybe it's healthy. Nope, 250. 120, sugar's 20. Organic.
What do you have in your mind that you're looking for?
Like the zero, lowest calorie, lowest fat,
Right.
everything. I'm like, well, I'll suck it up and eat something that I don't enjoy because it has the least calories.
I want you to get to a place where you feel like I'm not over-consuming portions, but I'm enjoying it. I don't feel deprived. What about a 2% with a little bit of the fruit on the side?
Carrie's trying to get me to find a little balance, maybe eat a little more sugar, maybe a little more fat, give it more sustenance, maybe keep me full a little longer, so I won't feel so deprived.
So we're moving along to cereal. You already know these labels at the back of your hand, so which one do you think? Do you want to go for this one or this one?
I mean, I do think this is probably like the best choice.
So that's good. All right, so let's go
All
back.
right, onwards and upwards.
If we didn't have this in the cart right now and you'd been debating what to buy, what would you be doing right now?
I would probably just start buying, and then if I throw in the towel, then I'd be like, oh, I'm buying that. I'll buy it all, put it on the credit card.
Jen feels an extreme amount of anxiety when she sees the high sugar, high fat foods. How we were able to get her to put the healthy foods in the cart and pay for them and leave the store was an excellent step for her. Okay, great seeing you. You did an amazing job.
All right, thanks.
Okay?
I'm Rachel Liger. I'm a registered dietitian. I've been in practice with eating disorders for about 11 years.
I've had the opportunity to talk to your team, your doctor, your therapist, but I do need to ask you a few things. Do you know what the lowest body weight you've ever been?
Probably now.
How do you feel about your body now?
Disgusting.
And can you tell me a little bit about your eating habits now?
Well, yesterday I had a banana and a protein bar, and then I binged and purged.
I'm really concerned about working with you on an outpatient basis. There's no way we're going to work together unless you sign a contract, unless we do a little bit of a menu plan with the 800 calories. And I see you're getting a little stressed out here. You feeling nervous? Anxiety building a little bit?
Yeah.
And each of those times needs to be supervised. So are there people that can sit down with you while you eat and make sure that you consume it and it doesn't come back up?
There's my sister.
Do I have your permission to call your sister?
You do, but what if I was able to do it on my own? And if you don't see, I don't know, I'm just so scared. But
I know for a fact that you need accountability. You need somebody to sit with you, okay? At each of these different meals and snacks, I'm gonna ask you to consume 8 ounces of water. Is that doable?
Oh, I'm gonna be so bloated tomorrow, oh my gosh.
You are. You are, and it's gonna feel like that for a while, but I'm gonna keep reminding you that it's just water and that it's gonna go away. Take a look at that and see if you can sign that to consume that tomorrow and keep that down. So if you can sign the bottom right there.
I don't want to end up in the hospital, so I'm gonna do it and reach out for support.
Want to go ahead and drink something? Maybe some Gatorade? Just a little compromise with me. Come on, get a little something, put it in your system.
Gabby's been on a meal plan, and I'm supposed to be there watching her and making sure she keeps down her food basically 24 hours a day. It's really hard, and I really feel like I don't even have a time to breathe or just sit down or take a minute for myself. Can you drink a little bit more of Gatorade? How much Gatorade do I have to freaking drink today? One sip. I love mine. Gabby, please stop playing games and come on. I'm so tired. It's not funny. Do you know what time it is? Then go to bed. I'm not forcing you to stay. Nobody's forcing me to stay. I'm staying because I want to stay. So I don't want to hear you complain. You know what? Fine. I'm looking then. I'm just gonna really listen up to be sitting out here. I do something to try to please somebody. It's never enough. Please let me I hate my life. I'm such a fat ass.
My mom is coming to visit me here in New York, and I've invited her to come to therapy with me.
Hi, Mommy. She cries, and then I cry. Hi, Mommy.
Hi, baby. I'm sorry. I can't help it. You know that. I know.
You look good.
Thank you. You look great.
Thank you. Let's go up.
Thank you. This is it. True New York.
Nice.
Yeah. I worry about my mom. She's got some health concerns, and that's extremely hard for me. How's your cholesterol?
Good.
When's the last time you had it checked?
4 months ago.
Mm.
Enough about me. How about you?
What about me?
You're not eating.
Oh. Yeah, I'll eat.
You have to eat to live.
I know. I hate that fact.
Even when you were a baby. Jimmy, try this. No. Jimmy, tomato. No.
They say you have to give a food to a child 15 times before
Oh, really?
they.
Uh-oh. I guess that's where I went wrong.
You look anxious.
Oh, what do you think?
Yeah, I do.
I'm nervous and uncomfortable to have my mom in therapy with me. I'm not very open about emotional things with my mom. Therapy's all about emotions.
I was happy to hear that Jennifer has reached a point that she wants to hopefully get this thing out of her life. The 6 or 7 years that she went through the worst parts of it, it was a very difficult time. Because Jennifer would not open up to me about what was going on in her head.
Have you guys ever talked about this?
She wouldn't. She just kept closing me down.
I worry so much about you that I feel like if I say anything that upsets you, then I worry. I don't like to see you upset. I don't like to see you cry or, you know, be in bed.
I'm very good at that part.
I know. I figure you've cried enough. You don't need to cry anymore in life.
Love is so clear how much you two care about each other. But I also think she's taking care of you maybe in a way that you might not need taken care of.
True.
She's so busy protecting you.
But she's not protecting herself.
Right.
All I want is for her to be well and happy.
I am.
Then good. Why are you still having a disorder?
I'm really concerned about Gaby and her sister Rochelle. My goal is to teach them how to communicate better, how to support each other better, and how to not be in competition, but to be the twins that they both want to be. I take it you two haven't been close in a long time. Is that because of the eating disorder, or is this because of something else?
Yeah, we were really close until our mom died.
So instead of using each other as a support, you went to the eating disorder. And where did you go?
Probably took a lot of my anger out on Gaby.
Is that the first time you've ever said that?
Yeah, probably.
I'm proud that she realizes that, and that she's able to admit that.
I mean, you both lost Mom way too early. But unfortunately, you guys didn't grieve together. You kind of went like this.
Well, because she had a restraining order against me.
You had a restraining order against her?
Against her own sister.
What was the restraining order about?
Me and Gaby would argue and, like, fight.
Were you punching, hitting, choking?
Well, yeah, I was hitting her.
Why were you hitting her?
Well, I would get mad. I don't know.
I just think you're angry. Well, I
And
am
do you
too.
think she's angry for the same reason that you're angry and hurting yourself?
Probably.
And why is that?
She misses her mom.
Is that true?
Well, yeah.
Did you ever grieve over your mom appropriately?
Both of us never grieved. Like, right when she died, we didn't have a chance.
Do you think that that's the wedge between you two?
I think that's most of it.
I know you feel horrible, but your sister isn't admonishing you. She has a right to be angry and disappointed, but she still loves you. And you have to understand that people have complex emotions, okay? So I take it you two are gonna be okay tonight?
During the therapy, I've learned how to express myself, stand up for myself. I've learned to not be so afraid of the truth.
Don't cry.
Trip has been a little crazy. It's been fun, it's been exhausting, it's been emotional, but overall it's been great. I'm more aware of a lot of issues now than I was before. We have a lot more to talk about.
Okay, see you soon.
Okay.
Make somebody help you with that bag at the airport. My mom wants to know if something's going on with me, so I'll try to let her in more because I know that's what she really wants. Love you.
I love you.
Don't cry.
Don't cry.
I'm not.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
I love my mom.
last time I saw you, it was really kind of amazing how shut down you were with your mother. Maybe we should, I don't know, talk about all that?
I think it's so uncomfortable around people sometimes. I don't know why.
Around your mother?
Yeah.
What's so uncomfortable?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know why I block these deeper relationships.
I feel like your eyes look sort of tearful. What are you feeling?
I don't know.
How come you pull away when you have big feelings?
They're too much.
For who?
I guess me.
Talk to me.
I need a time machine.
Time machine? Why a time machine?
I could go back and do things differently.
What would you do differently?
Probably just about everything.
I do understand that, very much. I know that the therapy has been difficult. It seems like you're at a place where you're more comfortable challenging yourself emotionally. And that right there is progress.
Today, I'm throwing Rochelle a baby shower for her baby girl that she's expecting.
I'm really scared about the whole food situation.
And like, I just don't want it to show because I don't want my sister to realize how much I'm freaking out about this. And I just want her to like focus on her day. So I'm trying to just suck it up and compose myself, I guess. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I messed up. I never thought about all this. Small but mighty.
I know Gabby just wants me to be happy today, but I still can't help but worry when I look at her. I mean, she's been shaking the whole morning.
Why are you shaking? Can I make it for you? Can I make it for you? Yeah, no, that's fine.
Gabby, you're shaking. What is wrong with you?
It's the first time I saw all those people since high school. I don't know, I just felt ashamed. I just don't want to binge and purge.
When I came outside, I saw Gabby sitting, and she seemed really sad.
Why did you come inside? Because I feel awkward in there. I feel like everyone is staring at me. Do you think people were judging me? No, everybody's so proud of you. Are you kidding?
I just really want to be normal again and fit in.
I'm looking at some of the goals that we had set up kind of at the beginning of the 6 weeks, right? You wanted to learn to feed yourself. You wanted to manage your emotions that go along with your urge to binge and purge. And then in terms of your relationship, we've talked about your mother and what she needs. Do you feel like you've gained any awareness or insight into some of those issues?
I mean, I think there's been steps in at least family dynamic stuff. I was never very open with my family. I guess I've started to try to break down some of those walls.
Well, you have massive issues around your experience of emotion, which is why, to be completely honest, we've done little things to begin to address those goals, but in many ways, our conversations haven't, at times, even revolved around food. We need to kind of work on helping you tolerate your feelings more. I think now it's time to take it to a new level.
This whole thing has been a positive experience. I can see little steps I've made that are actually, in thinking about it, very big steps. I want to be able to be a working actor, and I don't know if all of a sudden my career is going to take off, but I've decided that continuing treatment is top priority. I have faith that I will get better.
What do you want to talk about today?
I feel like I'm healthy now, and like I don't really have that much of an eating disorder. I mean, even though I've had like relapses, like there were a lot of like urges and stuff, but I mean, I didn't act on them.
You've made huge strides. You've put on weight, you've stabilized some of your labs, you've managed to decrease the binging and purging a lot. But that said, going back home where we still haven't tackled your sister, the fact that there's going to be a new child in the household and that huge amount of stress, I'm not so sure you're strong enough yet to handle that. I absolutely think it's imperative that you go inpatient for 3 months. I absolutely think it's imperative that you go inpatient for 3 months. And we believe this is the best way to give you a better boost so that when you come back to me outpatient, you're even more healed. You're gonna find out who you are without being in the same house as your sister and all that drama and all the fighting and the arguing and the competition. I think you need to be away from that.
I just feel like I've failed, basically.
You have a severe eating disorder, and look at how much you've grown in the past 6 weeks. You haven't failed. You've done everything that's been asked of you. And I know you're probably feeling really angry and sad and scared, but I hope you look at this as a positive way to continue all the good things that you've done so far. Can you please tell me what you're thinking?
Maybe I just like to believe that everything's gonna be okay. Right now, I know it's really important that I do go to inpatient for 3 months. I know there's still a lot of work to do, and I just can't get caught up in other things that could possibly trigger me.
Hey, Gabby.
Hey.
So what's new?
Well, I had a therapy session. And how was it? I agreed to go to inpatient for 3 months.
Do you think you need it? Do you think you need to do the 3 months?
I would like to believe that I don't need it, but I know I need it. And I wanted to know if you wanted to come with me and take me. I would like your support if you could take me. Of course I'd take you. Thank you. I'm getting ready to get checked into Casa Palmera, and I'm feeling nervous, but relieved.
Hi, Gabby. I'm Lisa. Welcome to Casa Palmera.
Thank you.
Casa Palmera has been a treatment center for 30 years. The grounds here really reflect a tranquil environment to help residents really connect with nature and enjoy the physical growth and healing that they experience here. Well, Gabby's going to be with good hands with us, so why don't you say your goodbyes, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I should love you. Sit down. It's gonna be really hard to be without Gabby, but I just have to keep remembering that this is for the best, and I'll see her hopefully happy and healthy in 3 months.
We're going to really provide you a safe place to learn how to take care of yourself. We're going to really do a complete assessment of you and any additional areas that we think are going to be helpful to make you healthy again. We're gonna get that for you. My hopes for Gabby are not only that she restores the weight, but that she is able to find herself so that she can have a happy and healthy life.
I'm feeling scared, but I'm gonna try to stay strong. I'm still willing and wanting to get better, and I will.